Okay? There's a group of people that couldn't stomach a black man sitting in the White House instead of picking their cotton, and they lost their shit. It broke their brains. You got a bunch of these white supremacist red hatters, make America white again, that have this idea that they're always the victim of something. And they saw something that didn't look like everybody that they've ever grown up around. A bunch of white supremacists everywhere. And it broke their brains. So they went back to what they know, the plantation owner, because it made them feel good. And then we had a little bump on the road with Joe Biden, old white guy. And then you came to Vice President Harris. And that really triggered a lot of people. There is that group of people that would rather this country burn to the ground than ever vote for a black woman. As hard as it is for that to say and hear, it's the truth. They're intimidated by strong black women. It scares the shit out of them. And I do a lot of lives on TikTok, and I'm going to tell you right now, some of the smartest people in this country are black women. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. I don't want to hear a damn thing about it. That is the fact truth. They're smart, they're intelligent, they're wise. And if they were running this country, we wouldn't be in this shithole right now that we are right now. If we don't address this as a country, it's not going to matter if the red team or the blue team wins. It doesn't matter. And for everybody that has their head up their ass, that wears a red hat, you white supremacists that want to say this is a Christian nation, win. See, you lack critical thinking and you have concepts of brain cells. Let's look at the great Christian nation that you call Christian, okay? Let's look at it from the white man's perspective. First, we stole black people on a ship, and many of them died on the way over here from horrible diseases. And then they got over here, and then we showed them some Christian love, and we kept them as slaves. And if they got out of line, we whipped them. And if they really misbehaved, we put them in vats of hot sugar. And if they were really bad, we put them in trees while we had church service and walked around. Our God is an awesome God. Look at this great Christian service. The pastors and the sheriffs were in charge of the KKK. And then, before that, we shit on the Native Americans. Right? We kicked them off their land. They walked 1,200 miles. Between 12 and 16,000 of them passed away. Dysentery, starvation, horrible stuff. But what do we call it? The Great Westward Expansion. Yeehaw! Because we, America, land of the free. F everybody else. Screw them. The white man's in charge. And then we steal the land from Hawaii. Then we stole the land from the Mexicans. And then we put Asians in internment camps. And even in the 1860s, the Supreme Court said that black people weren't citizens, even though they were born here on their third or fourth generation. So you tell me, when the founding fathers that you worship like their gods designed this country, they owned black people. They said that a black man was worth 3/5 of a person. And they designed it for only one demographic to have any rights or be treated like human beings. 21-year-old landowning white men. Now you tell me, if we're all made in the image of God, how in the hell is that a Christian nation? See, because what we did to a lot of youth in this country is we've indoctrinated them, okay? We're raised in American flag diapers. We go to school and we worship this flag as if it's a goddamn deity. Oh, Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, yes, sir. Freedom, freedom, freedom. And then we have our freedom Wheaties, right? And then we feed our pet bald eagle before we go to school or work. And then we polish our Constitution and 8 million trillion American flags. And then we try on God Bless America. And we got our guns because nothing says I'm American, because I have to have a gun to feel like a real man because I have a small penis. That's nationalism. And what we've done is that we've told people that this is a Christian nation. What that means to the MAGA base is white America. And what they do is they cherry pick up the Bible, which I happen to believe in, and they pick certain verses that demonizes groups of people that they feel are less than, right? Oh, it's a trans person. Oh, it's drag show readings. How many mass shootings have been done at drag show readings? Less than 1% of the gun violence has been trans people. 98% are men. 98% of gun violence between 40 and 47,000 are men. The vast majority are white men, U.S. citizens. Yet, I don't see you going after the white men. How about January 6th? The vast majority were white men, U.S. citizens, and I don't hear you going after them. I didn't hear you horrifying and crying over what happened to Ahmaud Arbery, a black man that was chased down by 3 white guys. Why is that? Where was your spiritual awakening then? But what you did do is this. You took Lincoln Riley, and you used her as a martyr because she was a white girl, and he was a brown person, and it fed into your fear-mongering. And you pulled out your white victim card, and you find some way to be a victim. And you did the same thing last week in Utah. The reason these people got triggered last week in Utah is because they didn't think that the darkness would come over their front doorstep. They thought that other people would suffer the consequences of their words. And for the first time, they got a fraction of an inch of what it's like to be treated like a black person in this country. A fraction of an inch. And it scared the hell out of them. So they pulled out their white victim card once again. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I mean, are you out of your damn mind? Do you all need to go get a psychiatric check? You need to seek some mental help. See, the problem with you fake Christians is this. You had no problem saying, oh, I can't judge people, right? But then you voted for a man who's an adjudicated rapist, convicted felon, insurrection, cheats on his wife, stole top secret documents, stole from cancer charities, insults disabled people, grabbed women by the PUSSY, says he wants to date his daughter, and does horrible atrocities to little girls. But hey, the white man, praise Jesus, hey, nobody's perfect. But if a black man takes a knee before the American flag, somehow he's a son of a bitch. It's about white supremacy. And for all of you content creators on the left out there, and I'm not even a Democrat, I think both parties suck. For all of you that are grifting out there, shame on you. Because you're using your platform for one thing, to whore yourself out for capitalism. You put bright little yellows, letters and arrows, and is this the end? Oh my gosh, did he really say this? Oh, this is the end of this person. It's all bullshit. It's all performative theatrics. It's rage bait. Oh, this is the end of this person. It's all bullshit. It's all performative theatrics. It's rage bait. Until we deal with white supremacy, nothing is going to matter. This is the fundamental root cause of this country. And when you look at like the documentary for Hurricane Katrina, what happened after the recovery? Some of those parishes that were predominantly black, what happened? They doubled and they tripled the rent. Gentrification. Why is that? Gee, I wonder. Oh, who could afford the houses? The white people. That's right. Because black people don't get treated the same as white people. And for all of you that are poor, that goes, you're waiting for your privilege to kick in. Shut the fuck up. Just because you're poor doesn't mean you don't have privilege. Has your house been redlined by the bank? Has your house been appraised at a lower price? Do people cross the street when you come down the street? Have you ever been pulled over for being white? Have you ever been called the N-word? Have you ever had to get them to talk to your kids? Shut the hell up. Pick yourself up on the goddamn bootstraps. Go take it up with Jesus. Thoughts and prayers. Your capitalistic situation, you could both be poor, but you still are treated differently based on what you look like. That is the definition of privilege. And if you don't like it, then go and put your head back up your ass. But I'm telling you right now, these people aren't Christians, they are Pharisees. We must address the original sin of this country, which is white supremacy. And no, this country has never been great for everybody. Can it be? I hope so, but it hasn't been.